What's this dog think? Nope, not very interesting. Doesn't smell like food. That's not a typical color. Sometimes when they're
Still
newly taken off and they're rooting, a lot of the nutrients are gone and they don't bloom true to color. So this
Good day everyone, welcome to Cactus Caffeine. My name is Anna. So I'm here in California, in Wildomar, California. So I paid my cousins a short visit and they live near one of my dear friend, Brent Wigand. So here I am in Brent Wigand's house.
Hello everybody.
Hello, good morning Brent.
Such a beautiful day.
Yes.
Lots of flowers.
So this is something not planned. I'm just making a short visit and see what he has for today blooming. So Brent, can you show us what you have for today?
Let's go this way.
Go ahead. Ooh, this is pretty.
This is called Trichocereus Jackie. It's a new hybrid.
It's pink with
and it gets about 6 feet tall. It gets big with black spines.
Pretty.
KRU 2015 and 10.
KRU.
Yeah, but it gets very, very, very fat, like Big Bertha, with big orangey red flowers. Very pretty. So, does not pup very much.
What do you call this?
Atlantis.
It is big.
It gets tall as well.
It's not fully open, but it is huge.
Not too bad.
Look at that. Wow.
That is Bex 85, and there's a whole bunch of numbers behind it, but it's intensely red.
Are these for sale, Brent?
No, these are propagation material.
These
so
are your
I take the offsets off of these and then we root them and put them in the shade house, and then we ship them when they're rooted. I like to ship rooted plants. Some people want plants before they're rooted, and that's their thing if they're good at rooting it.
Oh, I didn't realize there's cactus underneath that blanket.
So these are Betty Boom times Flying Saucer short spines. So each one of them is different, and so we're hoping to get some different colored short spines. There's not that many short spines on the market that have different colors. There's Betty Boom, there's Super Apricot, there's about 20 really good ones. So we're hoping that some really good different colored plants come out of this.
This is Betty Boom crossed with
Flying Saucer.
Oh.
And I picked out all the short spined ones. About 30% of them came out short spined. The rest came out with long spines.
Have you seen any of the flowers yet?
Yeah, a few of them bloomed, and one of them was a very pretty yellow with orange on the tips of the flowers. So that's a good sign that there's going to be some good color variation in here, which is really strange when you cross Betty Boom with Flying Saucer. Both are pink and then you get a yellow plant. So it just goes to show you, you don't know what's going to come out.
Yes, like where did that yellow come from?
Yeah.
When will this be available for sale?
When they start blooming, I'm going to put them online individually and just let them go. If I'm not keeping it, it's going to go. And I'm only keeping less than 1% for myself. I try to find the most unique things, and if it's good, I mean, I've sold stuff that I almost wish I didn't sell. Sometimes I have to beg the person to get me a piece back. But you can't keep them all. If you grow 10,000 plants, I mean, you have to have a lot of time, space, and money, so you cannot keep them all. Yeah. So here's another group of plants. These are...
Okay, these ones are taller.
Yeah. So this was really an exciting hybrid that I did. This was Trichocereus peruvianus times Lobivia Nikita. So this is a tall Trichocereus that gets 10 feet tall with a miniature little Lobivia that only gets 8 inches tall. And you can see that they're taking on the form of the mother plant, but they're definitely
really
hybrids.
tall.
So we're hoping that some of these are tall, Trichocereus peruvianus looking, but with different colored flowers. We're looking for pinks and reds and different colors other than white. We like white, but it would be nice to see something tall with color. And there's a variegated one in there too. A few variegated ones came out. Okay, well this is Trichocereus flying dragon. One of the biggest flowers of all the Trichocereus. And I know this looks bad, but I'm gonna pick it off.
Uh-oh.
And you can see how big it is.
Oh,
Anyhow,
yes, it is. That's
has a little bit of fragrance to it. Not much. They're not very fragrant. These plants really don't do a lot of fragrance. But it's got some striping in it. You can see it's really such a pretty flower. I know people will probably be upset watching me pick it off.
that is huge. I mean, see,
And
it
they can get bigger
covers
than
your
that.
entire
They can
hand.
get 10 inches, 11 inches wide. This is about 9 inches wide, 8 or 9.
Wow.
But I've seen them bigger than this. Just such a complex flower. This is Trichocereus Hawaii. And I got this from someone in Spain, and it's finally bloomed really well this year. Just a very pretty pink with peach, and opens really nice, very wide petals. So it's really a striking plant. Pretty, I like that one. That's pink stripes, even though it doesn't have a lot of purple in it. It can have purple in it.
Which one is this?
Trichocereus pink stripes.
Oh, that is the name, Trichocereus pink stripes.
This one's one of my very favorites. This came from Germany, and we named it Triple Sec. It was actually an accident. Somebody shipped us the wrong plant on accident, and it's a great accident. So we gave it a name.
Like triple S
Triple Sec.
E-C?
SEC, like the liqueur drink. I guess it's an orange liqueur. This crest does not flower, but this is a revert. This is actually the normal version of this plant.
What is this plant?
This is Trichocereus pachanoi variety TPM. And so everybody likes it because it crests. It's a mutated plant. But it also will produce non-crested pieces like this. Now the crest does not flower, but the revert does flower. So I actually crossed it with flying saucer, and I ended up getting a fair amount of plants that are hybrid between this and flying saucer that are crested, which is really kind of cool. So I have crested hybrids between this and flying saucer. And if you go on my website or onto Torch Cactus on Facebook, you can see them for sale.
Okay, which one is this, Brent?
This is a Trichocereus, but some people say it has Hilde-Wintria, but it's named Mamacita. Gets about 3 feet tall and will bloom profusely.
Yes. This is one of my favorite that I got from
It's
you.
pretty. When it blooms, it's gorgeous.
And it blooms and reblooms like spring
summer.
till the end of summer until early fall. It was still blooming.
Most of these will do that if you feed them. So it's...
Are you trying to make crosses using
I'm gonna
this?
try to do that. I did this
spiralis?
once, and I grew 3,000 seedlings, and I didn't get any of them to spiral.
Really?
No, so it was
Are both parents spiralis?
no, it just selfed.
Oh.
So that didn't work. I think you have to hybridize it.
So if it's selfed and yet you did not get any
one.
spiral
Not
in it?
one.
Really?
No, I got mutated ones, but nothing twisted. Some Lobivia.
So this is one of those spiralis seedlings
Yeah.
that did not spiral. At least not
But
yet.
They're good for grafting material, so I'm going to graft Lobivias and some different Echinopsis on top of them. I'm going to put Echinopsis sunny on top of these, so they'll produce more and look better.
What is this one?
That's Epic.
Trichocereus epic.
And it's not a very big flower right now, but it's normally 3 times bigger than that. Or 2 times bigger than that. Somehow they require just a certain amount of heat or a certain amount of sunlight.
Bees are happy.
They are really, really pretty plants. I love these things. And I think these are gonna become very, very popular because they're so small. Being so small, you can fit more of them in a tight space. And not everybody has a huge yard. Some people only have a windowsill or a small patio or stairway, but you could fit a lot of these on a small space, which makes them very interesting.
Okay, this is Lobivia. I can't see the tag.
Lobivia 140. This was one that I imported from Thailand. China, Thailand, and most of the Eastern Asian countries have lots of these plants.
Lobivias.
Yes, it's just sometimes hard to get them here.
And then this pink one.
This is called Pink Girl.
Pink Girl.
Very small flower.
This is a nice flower.
This is a really pretty
one.
one.
Looks like a little rose.
And I bought it from a company in China, and everything came with no labels. So I don't know what it is.
But the flower is pretty.
And sometimes I get it with Chinese writing.
Okay, this is Lobivia 111.
Yeah. I have that one.
Okay. This is Lobivia Sweetie.
That's Lobivia crossed with Trichocereus.
Wow, a giant Lobivia.
Much bigger, yeah, but really bright flowers. Lobivias have very brightly colored flowers.
Have you given it a name
No,
yet?
not yet. They don't take up much space. I'm really trying to do more of these because you can grow lots of them and they offset very quickly. So they should be hitting the market from multiple different people here shortly because they produce so fast.
Look how small they are, and yet they are blooming, and they have lots of buds, and the flowers are even bigger than the
plant.
Lobivia itself. Look at that one happy bee there. I love my Lobivias because they do like a flush of blooms.
This is a cool little plant. This is actually a miniature Echinopsis, and it only gets 10 inches tall. And this was from Berry Rice in California, and we just call it dwarf red, B91.346. Such a cool plant. It only gets 10 inches, makes little offsets. So it's a true dwarf.
Dwarf Echinopsis.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. This is pink party cake. Again, I always talk about this plant because it blooms all the time. It'll be reblooming in 3 weeks from now. And then again and again and again, maybe 7 times in 1 year, easily. And it's pretty easy to grow too.
I love your red solo cups.
Hey, they're 2 cents a piece and they last for years. And the 4-inch pots cost about 30 cents a piece. And they're the same volume. So 2 cents, 30 cents. So when you do it by the thousands, that goes a long ways for savings.
Yep.
And all you have to do is go to Costco or Sam's Club and load up on red cups. Easy, easy. I recommend it. You do have to put a couple holes in the bottom. So that's the only trick. If you don't put holes in there, you have a problem.
Well, it's easy to poke holes through these cups anyway.
Yes, I just get an awl and poke. I'll do 2 cups at a time. If you stack more than 2 cups at a time, if you do 3 or 4 or 5 at a time and poke holes, it smashes them together and you can't get them back apart. So you have to do 2 at a time. This is a new short spine called Tierra Sol. And it's got a teacup in the middle and then these recurved sepals with stripes on it. So it's yellow with green stripes, and it'll actually have a hint of orange on the tips of the flower. So that's kind of an exciting new one that came out of the Betty Boom times Flying Saucer, which is really weird. Tierra Sol.
Sol.
So I'm excited about that.
Are these the ones that you sell, Brent?
Yes.
These ones?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You should take this one home.
What? I'll add it to my
have the first-
order.
Oh.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Is this a flying saucer, Brent?
Yeah, that's flying saucer.
Oh my gosh,
Look
look
how
how
small it is.
small it is. That's what I was gonna say.
So this is kind of a cool idea because a lot of people say, are these blooming size? They're so small. They can't possibly bloom that small, but they do.
Yep.
Now, a seedling this size won't normally bloom, but if it's an offset off of a plant that's already bloomed, little tiny pieces like this, they will bloom.
That's why this is blooming. This is an offset.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Pretty cool. So the flower is much bigger than the plant.
This is Trichocereus love.
Love.
Okay. But you were telling me, Brent, that since
Sometimes
this one is rooting.
The first flower from an offset will not be true to color or true to form. But when the plant becomes established, it'll definitely show its true colors and form.
Oh, okay.
This is a first time bloom today. This has
Something
never
new
been-
I learned today.
So this has never been. This is seeds we just took off of Chick hybrids. We just let all the Chick hybrids pollinate with the bees, and we just grew some seeds out, and that's one of them that bloomed today. It's okay. Got red with a little bit of brown.
I
It's
think
kinda
it's
fun.
pretty.
There's some that are really, really pretty. And my opinion is my opinion. I'll say, ooh, it's okay, and then somebody else says, oh my gosh, it's the best thing in the world.
But
Or-
look at your
it's not.
Commissarius.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you sell these too, Brent?
I do. My daughter's doing these. She's going to put these all on Etsy. So she's starting to get into it as well.
Uh-huh. Because usually I just see the orange is the one that's more common.
This is pretty.
But the other colors... See, I've
That's
never
Lady-
seen this Commissarius color.
Lady Madonna.
Nice.
Spaghetti. Surprise. Ooh, surprise. Let me see if I have surprise.
Is this considered a Commissarius still?
Yes, but you know, there's so much commingling between other species and genus of plants.
It looks like either the mom or the dad is
Yeah.
a big plant that
Surprise.
crossed
Let me
with
see
a
if I have surprise.
Commissarius. The flowers look
Can I
like
have that one?
Commissarius, but the plant is pretty big.
But I mean, even though they're not big, they have such a pretty flower. Very nice form. I'd like to cross these with big Trichocereus and see what happens. Because if you could blow up this flower to 8 inches, it would be
Oh,
one of the best.
Yes.
This one's called Banana, and I always wonder if that's just a tricky name, but it's not yellow. I don't know.
All right, Brent. The most common question that I get in my videos is how do you make the cactus flower? Or how do you make them bloom profusely?
That's a great question because I have people who come back to me and say their plants never flowered. And I asked them, did you feed it? And they would say no. Well, these plants love food in the summertime, spring and summer. So I highly recommend that come March or April that you use fertilizer. And the 2 fertilizers that I use are Osmocote Triple 14 and Super Iron 999. And so I fertilized in March, and I took Osmocote granules and sprinkle it around my plant. At the very same time, I put the 999 iron, Super Iron around my plant. And I only do the Osmocote 1 time per year because it lasts 6 months. The Super Iron 999 will last about a month to 6 weeks. So that one I repeat every 6 weeks until about October. So Halloween time, I stop fertilizing. And if you properly fertilize your plants, they will bloom and rebloom from April all the way to even Thanksgiving in November.
So the triple, the Osmocote,
Osmocote.
14, is that more for like growth?
It's a well-balanced fertilizer for growth and for flowers, and it lasts 6 months. So you don't need to keep repeating that one. I only put it on 1 time per year.
Okay. And then the Super
Iron 999. It's a little bit faster release, so I put that on and I repeat that every 6 weeks. And that will give you lots and lots and lots of flowers, and also give you good growth on your plants. And your plants will make lots of offsets too, like this. And then you can take off little babies and make some for your friends.
So
Easy.
would you say the Super Iron helps them bloom more?
Yes.
Okay.
Now there's other fertilizers out there, and some of them do super blooms, but I found that this is a well-proven thing. I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and I really like it. And it's very safe. If you put a little too much, it's not going to damage your plant.
Is the Super Iron granules?
It's a gray granule. So you put it on around the plant, and about 3 waterings, it disappears into the soil. So it works easy.
Okay, so this is one of the cactus I'm getting. This is a cross between a Cereus peruvianus
Yes.
and Lobivia nikita, which is this one right here. Very interesting cross. A tall cactus with this globular one. What do you think, Brent, will this come out as?
We'll have to find out. I'm hoping for pink and yellow flowers. That would be really nice. I would love to see something 6 feet tall with pink and yellow flowers in your garden. That would really stand out.
Right. Well, I'll let you know if I'll be able to make it
I think
flower.
there's going to be some big winners in there. Well, this is a really pretty Trichocereus that I imported from Spain called KRU 2015. And you can see it has really, really long spines and really beautiful reddish orange flowers. So if you want to find me and my nursery, you can go to torchcactus.com, and on torchcactus.com it has my links to my Facebook page. My Facebook page is called Torch Cactus, and that's where I advertise all of my plants and do most of my sales. If you don't do Facebook, you can find my link on torchcactus.com and give me a text, and I'll do my best to get you what you want. And if you want to see all of my flowers, you can go to Instagram at Torch Cactus.
All right. Well,
Thank
thank
you
you so much,
Oh,
Brent.
thank you for coming. It's been a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.